中间站一点，往中间站一点，平的。
Selection principle. Nickel and nickel alloy electrodes are mainly selected according to the alloy brand, chemical composition, and use element of the best metal to be welded. The main chemical composition of the deposited metal of the electrode should be close to that of the best metal to ensure that the performance of the weld joint is equivalent to that of the best metal. However, considering the alloy loss of the welding rod in the arc, some other elements should be included in the welding rod to improve the weld performance or welding process performance. If the welding rod with the same condition does not meet the design requirements, or there's no suitable welding rod with similar alloy composition, it is recommended to use a welding rod with a high performance to ensure that the performance of the weld is not lower than that of the best metal. Preparation of the best metal. The oil, point, dust, and other dirt on the surface of the best metal should be carefully removed before welding. To prevent blowholes, short arc welding is used. Use a small welding springs. Do not preheat before welding, and keep a low impact temperature, less than 150 temperature, to avoid overheating of the best metal. During welding, the swing range of the electrode should be small, and stay on both sides of the welding bit for a long time, to facilitate to the emergency of pores and the welding slide. 5. Pay attention to filling the arc. Correct when closing the arc to avoid greater cracks. The microstructure of nickel and nickel alloys is the oil plate, which has a strong tendency of hot cracking. When welding fails the weld it is required to convex, which can better prevent the generation of hot cracks. This is the basic introduction. Welding rod with copper and copper alloy as deposited metal. According to is the composition system. There are red, copper electrodes and bronze electrodes. Bronze electrodes are divided into silicon bronze electrodes, phosphor bronze electrodes, and aluminum bronze electrodes. The copper electrode is mainly used for welding copper. Bronze electrode can be used for welding various copper and copper alloys. Copper and steel dissimilar materials. It's also commonly used for supplying rings and other parts that bear its metallic wear and corrosion-resistant parts, and can also be used for welding and repairing cast-off parts. Copper has a large ejection coefficient and larger shrinkage stress during curing, which is easy to cause cracks and deformation. Therefore, the assembly gap should be wider and the bevel angle should be larger. The oxides, grease, and other dirt on the welded edge should be removed before welding. Due to the extremely high thermal conductivity of copper and copper alloys. It's necessary to preheat and use a large current when welding. In order to prevent the grains from consuming, a flight heat hammer is used to hammer the weld after welding to eliminate stress and refine the grains. In addition, the welding operation should be carried out in a ventilated place. To use artificial ventilation to avoid copper poisoning. In order to obtain high quality welds and reduce the oxidation of aligning elements, copper and copper alloy reactors should use alkaline flow hydrogen coatings. Thank you. Now let us invite my colleague Shelley to introduce the next party.
Hello everyone, this is Sharon from EB China. Welcome to our lecture today about copper alloy and aluminum alloy. Okay, the part one is copper alloy. The first name handle for copper alloy. The first one is basic information for copper alloy. The second one is grades and properties for copper alloy. The third one is show our samples for copper alloy. The first one is production types and process from copper alloy, and the last one is exports from copper alloy. Basic information for copper alloy. For composition, copper alloy is an alloy composite of neutral copper and one or more other elements. For color, neutral copper is total 3. For density is about 8.96 degrees. For melting point, it's about 1083 degrees. For advantage, element electrical conductivity, thermal conductivity, and corrosion resistance. For classification, we divide into bright, gloss, and property. For feature, bright copper is generally based on zinc as the main activity element. Gloss is generally based on silicon as the main active element. Pure nickel is generally based on nickel as the main activity element. For application, the first one is electrical induction. The second one is transportation induction. The third one is construction induction, and the last one is aviation induction. The next, grades and properties for copper alloy. You can see the grade copper 1, the for composition. The copper is more than 99.95%, and the impurity content less than 0.05%. For use, it is suitable for melting copper, and casting copper white, copper rods, and castings alloys. For green copper tube, the composition. Copper contains more than 99.9%, and the impurity content less than 1.1%. For use, it is suitable for electrical copper wires, conductive thickness copper, and profiles. For properties, it has good conductivity. Next, copper alloy compression cable. You can see the different standards. It has different names. For example, the China standard is H196. The BRN standard is copper certified, and the UAN standard is C1000, and the JIS standard is C2100. Next, this one is also copper alloy compression cable. Next, production types and process for copper alloy. Production types for copper alloys: copper round rods, copper tubes, copper plates, copper strips, and copper foil. Copper powder, copper castings and forgings. Process for copper alloys: hot rolling process and cold rolling process for copper round rods, tubes, plates, strips, and foils. Die casting process and processing casting for copper castings and forgings. Electrical method, optimization method, and rejection method for copper powder. Next, some photos for copper alloy. The first photo is copper rounded rods. The second one is bright copper plates. The third one is copper plates. The first one is bright copper tubes. The next is bright copper castings and forgings. And the last one is copper powder. Next, export kits from copper alloys. This is the copper castings we export to Australia. We adopt casting process. The material is C95210. This one is chemical composition test report for copper alloy. You can see the material is C95210. For composition, for copper, the range is more than 86%, and the actual value is 86.84. For silicon, the range is less than 0.25%, and the actual value is 0.05. For aluminum, the range is 8.5 to 9.5%, and the actual value is 9.21. For magnesium, the range is less than 1.0%, and the actual value is 0.05. For nickel, the range is less than 1.0%, and the actual value is 0.03. For zinc, the range is less than 0.5%, and the actual value is 0.01. Next, this one is dimensional check test report for copper alloy. You can see the size. The size is diameter 460 millimeter. Next, some photos from copper alloy. Okay, part 2, aluminum alloy. For catalog, the first one is basic message for copper alloy. For aluminum alloy, the second one is grades and properties for aluminum alloy. The third one is show our samples for aluminum alloy. The first one is production types and process for aluminum alloy. The last one is export keys for aluminum alloy. The first one, basic information for aluminum alloy. For composition, general theme for aluminum-based alloys. The main alloys elements are copper, silicon, magnesium, zinc, manganese, and the secondary alloy elements are nickel, iron, tannic, and chromium. For color, it's silvery white. For density, it's about 2.7. For melting point, it's about 660 degrees. For advantage, rich aluminum has no density, no melting point, high productivity, easy processing, and strong crossing resistance. For disadvantage, is no in density. For solution, it simple other elements of heat treatment. For classification, according to processing, cast aluminum alloy and different aluminum alloy. According to chemical composition, aluminum silicon alloy, aluminum copper alloy, aluminum magnesium alloy, aluminum zinc alloy, and aluminum green alloy. for application: aviation, aerospace, automotive, and shipbuilding, chemical industry, and welding. Next, grades and properties for aluminum alloy. For grade 5052, the tensile stress is 175. For yield stress is 195. For hardness is 60 HRC, and the elongation is 5. For 6061, the tensile stress is 310. The yield stress is 276. The hardness is 19.5 HRC, and the elongation is 5. For grade 7075, for tensile stress is 572. For yield stress is 503. For hardness is 150, and the elongation is 11. Next, chemical composition. For grade 2024, the second is 16.232. For iron is 16.5. For copper is 3.8 to 4.9. For magnesium is 1.2 to 1.8, and the aluminum is balanced. For grade 5052, for the chromium is 0.15 to 0.35 cent. The magnesium is 2.2 to 2.8 cent, and the aluminum is balanced. For grade 6061, for second is 19.236 cent. For copper is 0.15 to 0.4 cent. For magnesium is 0.8 to 1.2 cent, and the aluminum is balanced. Grade ZL101. The second is about 6.5 to 7.5 cent. The magnesium is 0.25 to 0.45 cent, and the aluminum is balanced. The last one, grade ZL104. The silicon is about 8.10.5 cent, and the magnesium is 0.17 to 0.35 cent. The aluminum is balanced. Next, features of each series of aluminum alloy. 1 series. The main feature is the highest content of aluminum with a purity of over 99.0%. It is the most commonly used material in conventional industries. 2 series. The main feature is that the hardness is relatively high, and the percentage of copper content is relatively high, reaching 3 to 5%. Most are the aviation materials. 3 series. The main feature is the better at-risk function. The content of the magnesium is relatively high, 1.0 to 1.5%. 4 series. The main features are no melting point, wear resistance, heat resistance, and crossing resistance. The content of the system is relatively high, 4.5 to 6.0%. Generally used in conduction, mechanical parts, forging, welding. 5 series. The main features are no density, high tensile stress, high elongation, and good stress, but cannot be stressed by heat treatment. The content of the magnesium is relatively high, 3 to 5%, and is generally used in industry. 6 series. The most important feature is good treated and aluminum forging products, which the advantage of the 4 series and the 5 series with higher system and the magnesium content, better crossing resistance. 7 series. The main features are hardness, wear resistance, and good welding. The zinc content is relatively high, generally used in aviation. 8 series. Aluminum foil, bars, and planes are not commonly used. 9 series. There is no outstanding feature. It is a spare alloy. Next, the meaning of letters in aluminum alloy. The word for O is noise hardness. The X is meaning free processing step. The H is meaning work hardening step. The W is meaning salt solution heat treatment step. The T is meaning heat treatment step. Next, production types and processing for aluminum alloy. Production types for aluminum alloy. Aluminum round cloths, aluminum tubes, aluminum plates and strips and foils. Aluminum powder, aluminum castings and forgings. Process for aluminum alloy. Hot rolling process and cold rolling process for aluminum tubes. foils. Die casting process and processing casting for aluminum castings and forgings. Electrical method, optimization method, and the reduction method for aluminum powder. Next, some photos for aluminum alloy. The first photo is aluminum rock nose. The second photo is aluminum plates. The third photo is aluminum powders. Next is aluminum tubes, and the last one is aluminum casting. Next, export kits for aluminum alloy. This is the aluminum casting we export to Russia. The process is processing casting. The material is DL101. This one is chemical composition for aluminum alloy. You can see this test report has two materials for aluminum alloy. The first one is aluminum 6063. The second one is DL101 for composition. For thickness, the range is 6.5 to 7.5, and the actual value is 7.1. For magnesium, the range is 0.25 to 0.45%, and the actual value is 0.4. And the aluminum is balanced. Next, this one is dimensional check test report for aluminum alloy. This one is our joints and producing photos. Thank you for your watching. That's all for my speech now. Thank you for your valuable time. Welcome our next lecture. Welcome my friend.
Hello everyone, welcome to our live show. I'm Biner from EB China. In this part, I want to talk about the EB boats and MERS. Okay, let's go. First, let's talk about the boats. As early as the 16th century in Europe, now making water began producing miles to spiritual threads. In 1797, Mills invented an all-metal station school place in London. The following year, Dickinson made a run with both manufacturing machines in the United States. Both machines can produce universal nuts and bolts. Until the 21st century, both are widely used in construction, machinery, furniture, electrical appliances, automobiles, lamps, and other industries. Let's talk about the materials, dimension, and application. The both materials produced by our company mainly include carbon steel, alloy steel, stainless steel, and special alloys such as fortified steel, SS360, SS304, SAF 2205, 2507, 40CR, 42CR more, and Monarch 500, Monarch 400. The diameter is 196 to 100. The length is 120 to 800, and so on. Let's talk about the application. Vehicles are mainly used in mining machinery, cooling tower, and other industrial equipment. Okay, let's talk about the ball mill boats. Ball mill boats are widely used in ball mills, silk mills, coal mills, and mine mills, including as aging mills. The material grass are commonly used 40CR, which is 10.9 grade, and 42CR more, which is 12.9 grade, and 35CR more is 12.9 grade. Okay, this picture shows us the boats. You can see they have different lengths and diameter. So if you are interested in the AP goals, you can email us. We'd like to answer your question. Okay, next I'm going to play a video. Okay, let's move on. Okay, let's talk about the stainless steel gauze. Stainless steel gauze generally refer to steel gauze that are resistant to corrosion by air, water, acid, alkali cells, or other media. Stainless steel gauze are commonly used for environmental protection equipment, medical equipment, power facilities, chemical instruments, petrochemical industries, converter pipelines, or most commonly produced materials are SS304, SS316, SAF 2205, 2507, and Manal K500 and Manal 400. Okay, this picture shows us a sample of stainless steel gauze. Both thickness, you can see they have different lengths and different diameter.